Today I have my friend Sara Yap, our National Taekwondo Athlete with me, and we're gonna talk about why motivation does not work. So Sara, you have been a national athlete for quite some years now, and you have won some medals in the SEA Games, in the Asian Games. So is motivation something real to you? Does that make sense to you?
It is not so reliable, to be honest. We rely a lot on discipline, our schedules, because when it comes to competition, you don't have time to wait for motivation to come to you and get yourself going. No, we don't have that time. But we do rely on discipline, routines that we have to do every day. So training, one is involved, diet and all those things. So it's already embedded in our routine, so that's what keeps us going.
Oftentimes, I meet young entrepreneur people who are in the workforce, creators and artists. Far too often I hear statements like, I don't feel motivated today, or I don't have the motivation to work on my task, or I don't have the inspiration to work on my craft. So you mentioned a lot about discipline and routines. So how do you have the right mindset or the right framework about discipline?
So when it comes to discipline, first you need to know what you want to do. What is your purpose? What makes you cry when you do something? That is your true purpose, your true passion.
Okay, you mentioned about purpose. So when did you discover your purpose, and how do you find your purpose?
I discovered mine in 2017 after the KLC Games. So after the KLC Games, when I won a medal, it got to the headlines, and people start noticing the sport and all those things. And that's when I discovered, hey, I have this responsibility, and I love this sport so much. So I thought, this sport makes me cry. It's my passion. Just might as well. That is my purpose. To develop the sport, to inspire youth.
As a young person, you do go through like relationship parties or music festival. How do you keep yourself focused and not get distracted by all these happenings and highlights of young people's life?
So for me, I know my priorities. I know my purpose. It's very deeply rooted within me. It gets you very tunnel visioned, and it cuts you off from all these distractions. These are things that are not your priority. It's not what helps you in getting towards your dreams and your goals. So I can cut them off entirely, including boyfriends.
Yeah. Don't you have time where you have a bit of rest or have a bit of fun?
Yes, I do. Actually, having rest time, active resting for us is very important. That should also be included into our disciplines. You have a specific time for hustling. You also must have time for rest. So what I do is I allow myself, for example, weekends I have productive weekends, like doing this video, things that really matter.
So speaking about discipline that you mentioned earlier, how do you cultivate like daily strict routines to ensure that you achieve your goals?
First of all, when I started off trying to become disciplined, I started off when I was a teenager. So sleeping early was one of the things, waking up early was also one of the things. And also keeping a schedule, a planner of some sorts, just to make sure you're in track.
I think that's really good, like what you have shared, because I feel like too often we rely too much on motivation, we need our inspiration. What Sara shared reminded me of what I started doing recently was to create a weekly schedule where I block out time for myself, talk to people, and blocking out time to shoot and edit these videos. By doing that, I have free slots that I know that I can say yes to people, slots that I can't have other activities in because I need to make these videos.
Correct.
So Sara, what are your encouragement to everyone that's watching this video? They feel a bit overwhelmed by their lives, and what should they do?
You need to set out your priorities. When life gets overwhelming, you need to be mindful. First of all, you need to be mindful that this is what you're going through. This is what's happening. Creating a list of what you want to do, what are the things you can, handle and all that stuff. That really works.
So guys, you feel overwhelmed, you need to start cultivating some focus and discipline and a set of routine, because motivation is bullshit.